And it sounds like Marcel didn't necessarily have a connection to organ donation beforehand, but talking to you guys, it became something that he's really invested in now.
Very much so. We have been able to spend a lot of time with Marcel and just seeing how genuine and grounded he is for being, a star athlete at a very large school has been incredible. We recently did a meet and greet at one of our largest hospitals down in Houston. We paired with the Transplant Center and the Organ Procurement Organization for that region, and he did a special guest appearance. To say that this was a powerful meeting is an understatement. There was a room full of 40 people that made up donor families and transplant recipients, and they had a front row seat to meet somebody not only in the limelight, but educate Marcel about the back end and some of the stats of organ transplant. There were some powerful stories that were shared, but I think one that really resonated with him was a young athlete himself who was a heart recipient. He was in the audience. This young gentleman his family's from Uganda. They came over when he was very young. He had one goal of playing college football, and he wanted to play at UT. He worked his butt off, got to that level, got recruited, and his dreams came true. But it was his freshman year when he was in the weight room where he knew something was wrong. He felt something was wrong. He has multiple doctor's appointments and ends up being diagnosed with a disease where he had to have a heart transplant. And as you can imagine, this kid's world is crumbling. Luckily, he was not on the wait list very long. So a freshman in college getting this transplant from a donor who had a tragic accident in Louisiana. And so when you see Peter and Jack sitting in this room and Marcel sitting right next to Jack, who was the donor dad of this young son who ended up unfortunately losing his life, the words that were shared, the handshakes, just the camaraderie between them. Jack even said, even though he lost a son, he didn't know he'd be gaining one. And we're all in tears. And as you can imagine, when it was Marcel's turn, as we're going around the table to talk, he's a little choked up because he's seeing firsthand something that's so relatable to him and somebody that's close to his age going through such a journey, and being able to meet the transplant surgeons and some of the staff that were able to help Peter along the way was pretty incredible. And, as you mentioned, Amy, he was honest with us to begin with and said that he hadn't been really touched by donation. But as he sat there, he said right before this meeting, he spoke with both of his parents about signing up to be an organ donor. So as you can imagine, powerful morning.